your horror movie podcast.
What is up, Hackstab Slash? It's your boy Hacky back with an episode for our 31 for 31. This week, we're covering Nightmare on Elm Street. This is one of Justin's pick. But I got a favor to ask you guys. I want you to bear with us because we're going to try a new formula when we cover these movies. And we're not going to do our traditional scene by scene. We're going to actually do something Justin came up with, which is more of like a free flow, but free flow in line about things we like about the movie.
Let's go. Yeah, so please give us a listen. Give us some feedback. Is it terrible? Was it the worst episode ever? Was it the best episode ever? Do you want to hear more of this? And just moving right along. So, like Sean said, we're doing 31 episodes in a row. I picked 15, he picked 15, and then we're going to cover Halloween on Halloween. And this is Pod 1, Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984, directed by Wes Craven. And just a quick story why I picked this, because everyone have those horror movies that got them into horror and everything like that. Well, I watched this movie way too young, against my will too. Like it was like I had a sleepover with a friend and he was obsessed with horror. I was not at all. There was like a Nightmare on Elm Street just marathon, movie after movie after movie, and somehow I got suckered in and watched them. And when I say I was scared, that is an understatement. I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. I remember like being a kid like, at his house, and I couldn't even sleep at night. Like it wasn't even funny. Like I did not even enjoy watching this movie. Um, did you see this movie young or what? Like how many times have you seen this?
Actually, like we've talked about this on previous pods, like my fascination with Chucky, like my real introduction to horror. My memories of Freddy Krueger when I grew up, Justin, is
Yeah.
I grew up in a townhouse in Brighton.
Okay.
And I remember looking into my brother's bedroom, and I swear to God, they had this like little 13-inch boob tube TV. And every once in a while, I would catch them watching a Jason movie or a Freddy movie. Which ones were they watching? I have no goddamn idea.
Right. Same.
But they scared me. They creeped me. Like, Freddy was an icon and still is. And this is one of the very few characters in cinematic history, let alone horror history, that needs zero introduction. You say Freddy, there's a million Freddys out there, but you know who someone's talking about. You show them this glove, you know who this is. Regardless if you've seen the movies or not, dude. He's on merchandise in Superstore. He's on merchandise in Walmart right now.
For
This is
real.
what, 41 years later?
For real. And the crazy thing too, before we jump into these scenes and everything, is like when I say this trauma, I didn't like love Freddy Krueger. Like there's when I saw other horror movies, I liked them more. Like I saw this before Halloween and everything. Like when I finally saw Halloween, I loved Michael Myers. I loved all of that. Just the pure how much it scared me, and the fact that a movie could do that, like intrigued me so much. Like I'm talking like in my own basement. I thought Freddy lived in my basement, and I'm not joking. Like when I went down there, my parents had me to go do laundry and stuff. I talked to him. I would literally be like, "Hey, Freddy, man. Just let me do these chores. Like, I'm cool with you, man. Like, if you could take someone else, maybe. Like me, leave me alone, man. Like, I'm cool."
I do believe
Like,
you volunteered your sister a few times. I've heard
I,
this story before.
yeah, I may have said it. Like, this is like real shit. Like, this movie actually traumatized me to the point where I never rewatched this for so many years. I just a couple years ago, I finally rewatched it for like the first time. And then I watched part two, three, and four. I'm trying to slowly go through them, even though I only watched the first four on the second time because it scared me that much. But holy crap. Especially, I mean, I still think this movie holds up so much. And how, like, the opening scenes, I mean, you're thrown right into the dream world right away with that girl named Tina.
Dude, not
And,
even Tina. The whole gloves before, like,
oh, yeah,
instead of
baking.
having, yeah, the making of the glove, that creepy as shit.
And right away, like you said, you see him making the glove. And then you just see right away, like, Tina is just, like, being chased by this terrifying dude. And the music gets you right away. Like, the score to this. I'm already scared. I don't even know what's happening. 5 minutes into the
Dude,
movie, I'm terrified.
it feels like something a Dreambox would play you.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
like,
insane.
yeah, no, I can't even give them enough credit for how they did that. Because, like, it feels like that creepy, you have that terrifying feeling of just being awake at midnight as a kid and just like waking up from a nightmare. This movie, like, shoves that in your face right away with just seeing this girl named Tina. And this is before we even meet Nancy. Like, we meet
Yeah,
Nancy in
we
a
have no
minute,
idea
but
who Nancy is. We're
yeah, we
all
don't
about
even,
Tina. Justin, you're gonna love this reference I have right now. So my
yeah,
notes for this whole open set was
yeah.
like, way to give you a teaser or a sampler of some kind of his movie. This is a West staple. His opening scenes always hit just right. The making of Freddy Glove into Tina in the boiler room. Like, come on. Like, you can't get any better than that. And you ready for this reference?
Yeah.
I go, he's like the orange chicken lady at the food court in the mall. They give you the sampler that hits the taste buds in all the right ways. And now you're going to go order the main course because you need more like crack. But instead of crack or orange chicken, it's just an epic slasher.
Look, right there. I mean, listen to Hackstab Slash for these incredible breakdowns right here.
I mean,
Freddie or
am
Wes
I wrong?
Craven, Orange Chicken, like, no, you're right. Like,
Everyone walked around the mall, got that orange chicken, and was like, "Oh my god, I need more of this in my life."
dude,
And I mean, you could have
100%.
been severely disappointed or not, but you know,
Yeah, I mean, from that opening stuff to then, like, we end up meeting Nancy. We meet the crew. We see Nancy and her boyfriends, and Tina and her boyfriends, and like you said, wasting no time at all. I mean, they're at like I talked about a sleepover. You see them going at a sleepover, and we just got to cover this scene too, because right away, like you see Tina, poor Tina, man, she enters the dream world again when they're all having a sleepover, and she's like outside the house, and when she's moving around, I don't know about you, but that was one of the scariest scenes for me is when she finally sees Freddy in like that alley or something, and his
and he's
arms.
got the long arms.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And then like you see like she gets killed in the bed as her poor boyfriend's watching her get like slashed. Like you don't see like
Dude,
Freddy because like she's in the dream world. And this dude just watches her just get killed. And of course, like he ends up getting arrested or whatever. They blame him and everything. Like, I don't know. I love it too. I thought that was such a incredible scene right there.
dude, it's so uncanny that there is so many iconic scenes, and we're like 15 minutes into this movie. Like,
For
let's
real.
not even lie. Like you said, the long stretched arms,
Hmm.
that's been everywhere. You could see that on a GIF and know exactly who it is.
Oh yeah.
But one of the most like just stapled scenes in cinematic history, and I know I'm gonna wind up saying that a lot about this movie, is we see Nancy sleeping in bed and
Mhm.
he presses through the wall. And you see that, and it's mind blowing. And I have written down, I was like, Freddie pressing through the wall in Nancy's room is a pure masterclass and deserves to be placed inside a cinematic museum and preserved for future generations to enjoy and learn from.
It is, man. I still get chills just thinking that, like when you see his face, like almost just like pressing through the wall as she enters the dream world, and then I'm pretty sure that's the same dream world where like she's like, you actually, you know what? She actually is really smart too because we start seeing how smart Nancy is when she is in the dream world. She starts yelling, "It's only a dream" and everything, and I'm pretty sure she like burnt herself to feel pain to wake herself up. So
Yeah,
you already see right now the making of me, like you have this terrifying villain, and you already start seeing Nancy being a badass, and then you see how
dude,
she
the
starts
body
taking.
bag scene in that whole thing,
Dude,
fuck it, oh my god.
I mean, there's so many memorable scenes.
Like, dude, bro, this is 1984, and like I get the body bag is creepy as shit because like she's like pawing through it or whatever, and
Yeah.
you see the snail trail of blood, but to see that body laying down in the hallway with the arm flopped out, and then nothing raises its feet and then drags it off.
So
That
creepy.
fucking oh my god! That if that doesn't send shivers up your spine, I don't know what will.
And the struggle of everyone, you seeing how like she knows like, oh my God, she's taking caffeine and stuff. She just can't go to sleep. And then like
I
you eventually a few scenes later, you gotta say something?
I think this is the first scene where we see that sleep awake shit or
Yeah, yeah,
stay
yeah,
awake though. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they're trying to stay. She's trying to stay awake and everything, and you can tell she's getting really tired and stuff. Because then you have a nut like I know we've already covered so many amazing scenes, but she's in the bathtub, and you see like the famous scene once again. And it's been I'm pretty sure even in like Slither they copied this scene.
yeah.
Like you see the girl in there, you see like her legs like apart, and you just see like she's kind of like falling asleep, and
The
that claw
glove.
man, that glove just comes up till eventually like she kind of passes out and like falls into the tub and stuff and her mom wakes it up again, but I mean another just I mean absolutely iconic.
And they have such a way of working in like just insane scenes. Like who in their right mind when when Nancy, excuse me, when Nancy's doing battle with Freddy and she brings Glenn over to the house and she's like, all right, you can't fall asleep.
Dude,
Like,
so
don't
smart.
fall asleep. And she's out and she's hunting Freddy right now. Like she's taking the shit into her own hands.
Dude,
She
badass.
challenges him and we see her running back into the house when she's going up the stairs.
Oh man.
The fucking quicksand in the stairs, dude.
Dude, she's
Never would
melting.
have thought of that in a million years. And I feel like I've had that in a nightmare 1,000 times.
Dude, so badass, and I love that you brought that up too, because also right there, once again, Nancy's character arc, man. You see her like she has Glenn, like don't fall asleep, and of course the fucker. I mean, poor guy, like he probably doesn't
Almost
understand how
immediately
serious it is.
falls
Like,
asleep.
yeah, he immediately falls asleep, and luckily the alarm clock wakes her up and everything. But like you said, she's already in the dream world, challenging him. Like, what a bat! I mean, she is going right at it. And eventually we see like the prison scene. We see the poor Rod who's in there for they think he kills Tina. Well, he gets killed in a suicide in prison.
I'm just floating this out there. This scene right now
Yeah.
had the potential to be amazing.
Hmm.
Uh, but if I'm being honest, this might be my least favorite kill in this entire movie. It feels like it happens too fast.
It was
There's
fast.
no real build up, and like my only like little clip note is like, let's be honest, not every single kill in this movie can be a banger. One of them is going to be at the bottom of the list, and I feel like this is at the bottom of the list because, like I said, I feel like there should have been more build up.
Yeah, there wasn't much time spent on the kill. It was kind of just like they had to just,
It was like he
bye bye.
woke up, bed sheet noose. He
Yeah.
wasn't even like in the air for like 2 seconds, and he was already instantly dead.
So dead. And then just moving right along, like after how you saw Nancy just like, I mean, the poor girl, she gets put into like a sleep orders clinic and everything. And as she's sleeping in there, like once again, Dream World, badass stuff. She ends up grabbing like a fedora that says Fred Krueger. And that starts everything because I mean that you have her mom eventually spilling everything, how like you get the backstory, how he was a child killer. I think she said he killed what, like 20 people or something.
Yeah, they
And
had to put an end to it because the cops couldn't. They
yeah, he got
decided that
like
this was best.
yeah, they all burnt him alive because like he said the cops couldn't do it. He got released and everything. And she even shows him like the blade glove like that they had in their own friggin' damn furnace.
Why would you hold on to something like that?
Yeah, I don't quite like
Burn
red
it,
flag.
throw it in the river, donate it to Goodwill. I don't know. I could do something. Get rid of
And
it.
then God, so many iconic scenes because after this, like you see her with like she's going over to Glenn's house and everything, and Glenn is on his bed, who's Johnny Depp, obviously, by the way. And I mean, I don't know, is this the most iconic kill like in these movies? Like you see him just
I was like, how can Glenn's kill not be on the Mount Rushmore of kills? This has got to be one of the most like substantial, most recognizable. I can't put enough most important fucking anything in front of this. This kill, just the way it was done, the way it was shot, the way it was portrayed, the way it was acted out. Like, find me a better one.
dude, for real, he gets sucked into the bed, and then you think it's like just over, and you want to talk about a volcano of blood. I mean, this is like a whale's blowhole blowing out
Yeah,
blood
yeah. It is so
forever.
insane. And then it does this thing, dude, where it hits the ceiling and it creates like this splashback, but it doesn't go anywhere. And it's like no matter
No,
how much blood is pouring out, it's not going anywhere. And it's so intense and mind blowing. And dude, if I could see something like this for the first time, I think my head would explode.
oh man, oh my God, for
I
real, like
do
oh
I do realize that if we would have split this the old way, Justin,
yeah,
this scene would have ended up on your part
yep,
simply because there's no like dick talk,
you're
but the
right,
mom walks in and goes, "Sweetie, what are you doing with the headphones on and listening to the TV?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm not listening. I'm just watching." And she's like, "Well, what are you watching?" He was like, "Oh, Miss Nude America is about to come on." And she goes, "Oh, what do you think she'll say?" And he goes, "Does it matter? I don't care.
right, too
It's Miss
funny,
Nude America."
so friggin' funny. And then after this, just like completing Nancy's character arc. I mean, she goes, talk about a badass. She goes full Home Alone style in the rest of this movie, where she rigs up the whole entire house to summon Freddy, a plan to like burn him and everything. I mean, she's literally setting up tripwire. I mean, just rigging light bulbs.
Dude, yeah, she's putting shotgun powder inside of light bulbs. She's stringing up a sledgehammer, like you said, dude. There's just traps everywhere, and I was like, how crazy of a character arc do you have to go from helpless high school kid to almost a heroine overnight, where you decide to hunt Freddy Krueger? I mean, I don't give a fuck who you are, how many muscles you have, how badass you are. I don't care if you've been in 12 different wars. Like, to go into the dream world and hunt someone that you don't know what they're capable of, that's got to be some of the bravest shit you can do.
Dude, and she does hunt him because, like, you're not joking. Like, the plan works. Like, Freddy gets there, whatever. And I mean, when she is battling him, there's one point. Like, they're battling for a long time. Like, he's getting hit by this stuff. I mean, he falls downstairs. The cops arrive. The cops across the street and everything. But she spears him. Do you see when she, like, literally runs and,
Yeah,
like, actually speared him? I
she don't
mean,
give a fuck, bro.
and then, like, to the point, like, you can't tell what's like, she wakes up and then she's like, oh my God, like, where, but then he's actually in the house with her again. I mean, it is insane to the point where she's throwing gas at this dude, like, torches him to the point where he, like, falls on her mom in the bed when her dad and the cops finally get over to, like, the right house, and he sinks into the bed, and I'm pretty sure he just, like, evaporates.
Dude, it's
And
insane. Insane. This whole ending scene, I was like, bro asked for help leading into this. Literally asked everyone, and nobody helped. They all let Nancy down. She not only pulled Freddy Krueger out of her nightmare to fight him, bro, she set his ass on fire again.
again, a second
How
time.
how
Like,
how small do you have to make Freddy feel to bring him out of Dreamworld and then set his ass on fire again? And then,
eh,
like you said, dude, the mom going back into
oh,
Dreamland. I don't know if this registered with you, but it felt like that was Freddy's like pass card or like gate key to get
right.
back into the dream world. And the dude, when he rises up and just his face in those
Oh.
sheets make it like a blood soaked, like, oh, it's
And
just it's so nice. And Nancy makes him feel so irrelevant and non-existent. Like she borderline bullies his ass, and I am so here for it.
that's my favorite part of the whole entire thing when she realizes she's like, I take back all the energy. She realizes like he needs that fear, and that's how like this whole thing even operates. Like she faces him and she's like, I take back any energy I even gave to you. And it, like right after that, all of a sudden, boom, sunny morning. You're like, what is happening? You see her, like everything's back, everyone's back alive. I imagine it's the next morning. You see the mom's outside, everything, everyone's
Yeah, she
alive. You
she
see,
she demands that Freddie gives her back her mom, her friends, and then goes back to the way things were.
and you see beautiful morning. You see Glenn flying down the street in that red and green looking car,
It's
and
yeah, it's like the opening scene reincarnated.
exactly. And she gets in there, everything's good for a second, but you see all of a sudden the door start locking and the car just flies. And he's like, I can't control it, I can't control it, I can't control it. And then you see the creepy girls jump roping with that terrifying like
That
nursery
fucking
rhyme.
nursery
I want.
1, 2,
Oh,
Freddy's coming for you.
so you see where the mom gets pulled back in and just what an ending. Just like you think everything's good and just I don't know, man. I think that ending hit
I
so hard.
I love so much, dude, that she thinks like she's kind of dumbfounded right now. And her mom's sending her off to school. It's all happy, good vibes. And they're talking about, and this is perfect too, because the house is on fire. They're like, wow, can you believe this fog? And I'm thinking the only reason why there's fog is because his house is on fire.
Because fire, yeah.
That should have been a key to like Nancy to figure out where she is. But when she gets into this car and the drop top pops up and it's the same pattern as like Freddy's sweater,
Freddy's sweater.
all I could think about was like, holy shit, dude, he's making this car Christine them.
For real.
Like
They
it locks,
definitely
it drives away. They have no idea what's going on. And then I don't know about you, but this was one of the jump scares that actually got me in this movie because there's a lot of small comedy behind Freddy, and you're kind of expecting him around every corner. But I
hmm,
was not expecting him to come through like that little opening on the door and grab the mom.
and pull her in. Yeah, crazy. Crazy ending. What would you even like rate this or
All right. So I've got a lot to say about this. All right. So every slasher movie we've ever seen, the villain dies, like presumably. We usually always come back for like one good last scare, and they leave somewhat of an open end for like a possible sequel, but it might not be a sequel. Like you never know. Bro, A Nightmare on Elm Street does none of this. Nancy truly, like, never truly kills off Freddy, rolling right into the final boss battle into like a dreamland, like everything's okay. It is nonstop. Uh, like none of this ever happened, and the only like the car locking Freddy's drop top, then it drives away, and then the re-killing your mom into end credits. Bro, my guy Wes Craven knew he had a masterpiece on his hands, and that Dimension Films was going to be known as the house that Freddy built before he even presented the blueprints to this fucking place. This movie is goated and will forever be a top tier movie. And given that we are talking about this movie almost 41 years later, just like this, tells me it will forever stand the test of time. This movie, in my humble opinion, is a fucking 10 out of 10. And if you rate it anything sub 9, in the words of my man, Just Justin, do you even like fun?
Dude, but yeah, no, for real. I mirror almost all that, and I literally wrote this movie's got everything. It's actually terrifying. It's the music is unbelievable. It's got crazy, like over the top gore. You have a badass final girl that's equal a badass actual villain. And for me, the scariest thing in any horror, you watch a lot of horror movies, right? And especially like when you're younger, when you're actually getting scared and stuff, like you want to go to sleep. You fall asleep, you're safe. Like, oh my God, just let me fall asleep. This movie makes you scared to go to sleep. How do you like there's that was a terrifying thing for me. I would be so scared. You normally you're a kid, you race to sleep. If you're scared, you're like, oh my God, let me just fall
Yeah.
asleep and everything will
You
be
get under
okay.
the covers, and the first thing you do is really, really shut your eyes.
Exactly. Well, guess
Wait
what?
for it to all go away.
That's not going to help you here. I would literally be scared to go to sleep. And I think that's what this movie is so brilliant. And like I said, this isn't even my this movie is an elite level. Like I don't even you like I said, anything over a 9 is fine. I just wrote 9.4. But yeah, like I said, this movie is
Yeah.
minimum a 9. Like exactly
Yeah,
what you
I
said.
said
Like
anything underneath a 9.
it's
If you give this an 8.9, you're being a stubborn prick.
yeah, exactly. Like I wrote 9.4. This could be 9.5, 9.6, whatever. I probably just didn't even get ranked. It probably is a 10. I just didn't rank it 10 just because it's not like my one of my favorites. I just like some of the others more. But this is as a movie, dude. I mean, this
This movie
is just
started it all.
amazing.
Like it
Yeah.
saved Dimension Films, and without Dimension Films, we don't have a lot of Halloween movies. Without Dimension
And
Films, we don't have Scream. You know
but
what I mean? Dimension Films pumped out a lot of shit that started a lot of franchises.
and just talk about Wes Craven before we even get into the tagline and like the fun facts. Like, dude, like what a horror icon. Like this guy, I feel like every like decade reinvented himself. Like I don't have these notes. This is just me from the top of my head. I think The Last House on the Left was maybe his first film, and I
Yeah,
think that was 1972. I'm not, don't quote me on that,
yeah.
but I think it's 72. So the fact that in 1972 the guy did such a hardcore, like crazy movie like that. Pretty sure he did Hills Has Eyes. I think that was like 77. He had some other stuff. So in the 70s, he already cemented himself as some crazy. I mean, Hills Have Eyes is insane. And then the fact this is 84, and all of a sudden you introduce Freddy, and never mind, like a decade later, you're going to be introducing Scream. And the fact that he's still making like movies in the 2000s, like this dude, like Wes Craven is what a director, just unbelievable.
And sometimes Wes Craven just speaks to your soul. Like, just for comparison, there are people out there, and I'm kind of one of them, where directors like a Tim Burton, they have a very particular flavor. And if you're not of that flavor, you're not going to like that director. I love Tim Burton and everything he does. I have not seen a Wes Craven movie that has made me go, I don't like this. You know, I'm never going to watch this again. And we covered one of his most like kind of trashed movies he's ever put
Yeah.
out there in My Soul to Take. And bro, I think My Soul to Take is a fucking banger.
I thought it was fun too. And wait, he did Curse too, right? The
Yeah, he
2005
did
Werewolf.
Curse. Yeah.
And saying that, dude, that movie was a mess. And I'm talking like not like direct, like they had a lot of issues when they
Yeah, there
filmed
was
that
just
movie and
way too
everything.
like if he could go back and redo that movie,
Yeah,
I think it would be one of the most coveted werewolf movies of all time. But
right?
considering the fact that he basically had to make chicken shit with fucking like, you know what I mean?
Dude, and I still had fun with that movie. That's like a guilty pleasure. I still like Curse.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, and I still like it. Like, and
And
I don't just.
I think it's because it's got that Wes Craven flavor.
That's what I mean. Even like when it's not the best, most scary movie ever, like still give me Curse. I still will. If Curse, if I went downstairs right now and Curse was on, I'm like, son of a
I'm gonna
bitch. I
watch
guess
it.
I'm gonna guess I'm gonna watch Curse right now.
The,
Oh man.
the oh my god! Speaking of Curse, dude,
Yeah.
that scene where the werewolf comes out when she's fat shaming her and gives her the bird and she's like, "Fuck you." That's so awesome.
Oh man.
All right, Justin, give me a fun fact. Kick
All
us
right,
off.
let's start with a tagline. Now we got she is the only one who can stop it. If she fails, nobody survives.
I've got this is a 7.4 on IMDb. In parentheses, I wrote, "Get your head out of your ass, IMDb."
Wow, is it really a 7 point? I
This,
didn't even
this
see
is like
that.
almost 300 like thousand ratings. So I'd imagine there's like people that, you know, score it up there. And then there's people that just don't understand horror that
Yeah, that's
are
wild.
fueling these ratings and stuff too.
I was gonna say that's kind of wild. I wrote Heather Langenkamp actually beat out 200 other actresses to play Nancy, and there was some big names in there.
Oh
So
my God,
shout
yeah.
out Heather.
Bro, Jennifer Grey, Demi Moore, Courtney Cox, like Jesus.
Hmm.
All right, so this one's going to be a little bit. It's Wes Craven first came up with the basic idea for the movie from a series of articles in the LA Times over a 3-year period about a group of Southeast Asian refugees from the Hmong tribe, several of whom died in the throes of horrific nightmares. The group had come to the U.S. to escape murderous reign of Pol Pot, and within a year of arriving, 3 men had all died in similar situations. The young, otherwise healthy men would have they would have nightmares. They would refuse to sleep for as long as possible, and when they finally did sleep from exhaustion, they would awake screaming, and then they would die. Autopsies revealed that they had actually not died from heart failure or anything like that, but had simply just died. No real explanations.
Yeah, I meant to look that up more because that was the first I heard about that research in this movie. Like, what the hell is that? Like, that's wild to me. I literally meant to look that up. Like those, I don't, that's crazy. Absolutely terrifying. I got that. This is Johnny Depp's debut.
Hell yeah. This film cost roughly $1.8 million to produce, of which only 57,000 was reserved for the ambitious special effects. Special effects designer Jim Doyle accepted this anyways because he was desperate for work. The movie made its entire budget back in its opening weekend, and dude, the way Jim Doyle put work in on this movie,
Yeah.
he's up there with the Tom Savinis.
Oh yeah.
No fucking way.
Didn't this movie make, I think, didn't it make like 57 million? It was like, yeah, you said like
Oh, dude,
the
it
budget was
made
like,
so much money.
yeah, the budget was under 2 million, which is wild. It's way
Bro,
under. And like you said, the box office, it made like over 57 or something, which is insane. One of the things I didn't write this down, but I remember reading it. They said, like I said, they were working with a small budget for all these different things. That arm scene, I think they said that they had like the people on both sides with like fishing poles or something,
yep.
like
They were
pulling,
standing
stretching
out of camera shot with
camera
fishing
thing,
poles, using it to like hold his arms. And
like
that's
pull
why
up.
when he runs, it looks like it's not really like part of his body. It looks a
Yeah, they
little
like
weird,
move like that's wild. That's how to say that.
right? All right. The inspiration of the character for Freddy came from several sources in Wes Craven's childhood. Freddy Krueger was a schoolmate of his with whom he had shared a paper route and who bullied him for several years. In The Last House on the Left from 1972, Craven also used this experience as inspiration, calling the villain Krug. Freddy's burns came from a man with severe burn scars by whom Craven was once terrified as a child. And Freddy's attire, especially the dirty clothes and the hat, was actually inspired by an alcoholic hobo that Craven saw staring at him through his window one day when he was about 10 years old.
Read that too, and just how creative. Just for anyone who out there just wants to, who thinks they aren't creative or thinks they can't like write a story and stuff. Dude, take it from Wes. Like this dude saw stuff that scared him as a kid. He was just what saw a creepy person staring into him, and he made this. Like take that. Like life, it can be your
Run with it.
content. Like just if you see different stuff, just go with the idea and run with it. But back to I don't know what just made me thought of that, but as you're talking about stuff that influenced that, let's talk about Elm Street was actually named from Elm Street in Wheaton, Illinois, where Craven went to college.
You know how you said this was Johnny Depp's film debut?
Yeah,
Do you know how we got the role?
how?
One of the main reasons Johnny Depp was chosen was
Oh, I
because
read
Wes
this.
Craven's daughter
Daughter,
thought
right?
he was dreamy, and she threatened to run
Dreamy.
away from home if he wasn't cast in the movie.
I did that. That is hilarious. Um, it took Robert England, 3 hours to get into Freddy makeup. Like that's
That's
wild.
insane.
That's a lot, man.
All right, it would. Yep. Yep. My next two are the fishing poles, and then the 3 hours. So hold on. This is insane, and I think back then I may have been petrified to try this, Justin.
Yup.
But the sparking glove effect seen throughout the movie was achieved by attaching the glove to a car battery. The
Oh,
most
jeez.
famous scraping noises, they were created by scratching a steak knife on the underside of a metal chair. Talk about taking what's around you to make these sounds. Mind blowing.
Dude, I love it so much. I didn't write anything else down just because there's so many fun. I mean, there's like 250 fun facts. So I don't
Oh, dude,
anything
I
else you
just
want to
kept
talk.
going. I
All right, I
kept
was gonna say
going.
if you got, I was gonna say I stopped because I'm like there's so much. So if you got anything else to keep talking,
So filming began on June 11th in 1984 and it wrapped
okay.
up on July 13th, 1984 after 32 days of filming. What this tells me is when you're having fun and you can like crush a movie and you guys are all on board, everyone's bought in, you can bang this shit up.
Yeah, that's crazy. 32 days, you
32
said,
days.
to
There are
make this?
movies out there that are coveted to be like the greatest of all time that take
Hmm.
fucking years to film and then you see it and you're like, this is trash.
32 days. Wow.
32 days. Freddy Krueger was designed by Wes Craven to be a typical silent serial killer, such as Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. However, in the sequels, Freddy developed a cheeky persona that enabled him to be the black humored villain. And I am so glad they went that route.
Hmm.
Did you know Elm Street is not spoken a single
Not
time in
even
this entire
once.
movie?
Nope.
The little girl skipping the jump rope, that was actually the daughter of the couple whose home was used as Tina's house.
That's Tina's house, right? Yeah, I saw that. They're like, that's pretty cool too.
And then my last one of the most epic scenes where Freddy presses through the wall above Nancy was shot by stretching a sheet of spandex across a hole in the wall and pressing against it. In the shot, Freddy is played by special effects designer Jim Doyle. So it's not even Robert in that scene, which is impressive.
No, so badass. And before we get out of here, let's just talk a couple seconds here. Let's just talk about some sequels real fast. Just what I don't know. How do you feel about the sequels, the direction this whole entire franchise went? What do you got any thoughts?
So my least favorite sequel in this whole thing might be the second one.
Hmm.
And that says a lot because I really, really enjoy the second one. I think it's comical. I
Yep.
think the practical effects and like the way they set things up with like the phone melting or even like the eggs in the frying pan,
Hmm.
like it's all really fun. And I'd still rate that movie very, very high. Um,
Yep.
my favorite though is probably New Nightmare. I am obsessed with the fact that they know they were in a horror movie about Freddy Krueger and now they're outside of a horror movie. Dude, the amount of
It
meta
hurts your head.
that comes in that,
That's
hey, man,
dude.
my brain hurt.
Tell me that movie didn't pave the way for Scream too, and like for like Scream franchise too. Just like
Dude,
how they played it,
you
like
could
the
have
meta
rolled that
version of
right into
that.
Scream.
And the fact that movie scared me so bad too, because I'm like, here's like actual actors. I'm like, and they're still getting sucked into a horror movie. Dude, New Nightmare. And it's funny too, because I know like this, it's so popular, Nightmare on Elm Street series too, but I still think New Nightmare is underrated. Like, I still think it is. That movie is
Yeah.
so amazing. My
I think
top
I think
three,
a lot of people are all about like Dream Warriors, and rightfully so, dude. That is a
yeah.
masterpiece. I mean, it's not too often that you can get a theme song for a horror movie and it fucking slaps.
Dude, I don't even like 80s hair bands. You know that. I'm not hair bands at all, but I'm sorry. Like that, I mean, I made so many content with me wearing a wig, singing and dancing to that
Dream
stupid
Warriors.
Dream Warriors. Like, love the Dream Warriors. Like, my favorite three are probably just obviously like the first one and Dream Warriors and New Nightmare. I'm not even sure my order, but I love those three. I like part four as well. But
Dude,
yeah,
sitting here thinking about it, if you asked me to rank Texas Chainsaw, I could do
yeah,
that no problem. I could tell you that '03 is the best.
yeah.
If you asked me to rank the Jason series, I could do that no problem. I think personally the remake is the best. I love all the originals.
Hmm.
I love all the sequels, but you know what I mean? The remake in both of those scenes is probably top tier. If you
Hmm.
ask me to rank the Halloween movies, me and you, we're gonna have a lot of discussions.
Yeah, that'll be a
But
long pod.
we could do that a lot more easily than I think rating the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Yeah, it's tough
Because
because I,
I shit you not, my buddy Alex had the VHS set. You know, the one where it was like this
oh
wide
yeah, yeah, I
and
love
it
it.
was Freddy throughout it. He let me borrow that. And I sat down and I watched the first one straight through the entire box set without hesitation, without ever getting bored, without even feeling like I was going movie to movie to movie. No,
For
it
real.
felt like one continuous fucking roller coaster ride.
That's what I mean when I saw all these. Like I said, as I'm thinking now, I can't really remember part five right now. I'd have to rewatch that. But I remember watching all these when like way too young. And same thing, I remember watching like Freddy's Dead, and I know that's pretty raked, pretty low in them. But when I saw that, like the same thing, I got that movie really scared me too. So I mean, yeah, this crazy
And,
franchise.
and the thing that would hurt your brain, I think, trying to rank these in a certain order, is you could put them in an order, stare at the list, and be like, nah, but that scene with Freddy's mom is inside the mental institution. Wild as fuck. I got to move this movie up. And then you'd move it up and look at it and be like, nah, but when she gets turned into a cockroach, man, that shit was wild. Let me move this one up. And you do that nonstop.
Yeah, for real. And that's yeah, like I said, we could probably talk all day about franchises, but I think we should wrap this up day
All
one
right.
of 31. So
I'm
yeah,
excited to do the rest.
sign off.
Justin, I am very proud of you for not taking a pee break. So I will hit you with the Freddy Dad joke of the day.
Let's go.
What is Freddy Krueger's favorite dessert?
What, Sean?
Ice cream.
Oh my God. All right.
Horrible. All right, I'm hacky. This
Oh
dude
God.
right here.
Justin, have the
Have
best
the
day ever.
best
Peace.
day Halloween month ever. Later.